Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rebel Devil Show, where I, a Manchester United fan from the Rebel County, give my reactions to Manchester United's fixtures. And for the first time in this series, I'm reacting to a game that hasn't actually had the final whistle blown. There is 3 minutes to go here, and 3 is the unmagic number for Manchester United because it's Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0 here in the Manchester Derby. Coming into this game, I was actually quite confident. And not because United were playing glamorous football, but because City, I really did feel like we're there for the taking. They have not had a very good start to the season. I think it was their worst start to a season since the 04-05 season. And I really did think, with Amarim's record against Pep, against City, who knows, we might be able to pull off, not a shock result, but we might be able to actually get the result that maybe kickstarts the season a little bit. And it has been anything but. It has been anything but. Man City have found it so easy in this game, it's actually scary. It really is. Now, in the first half, I thought it was fairly even. Apart from the opening 30 seconds of the game where Erling Haaland, who's just been taken off, nearly put City 1-0 up. And that did worry me. I mean, the main thing that's worried me in this game is we've had so much of the ball. For a Manchester derby, we've had a lot of the ball. And we've created absolute sweet fuck all for most of the game. Towards the end here, we've created a few more chances. Mbeumo had such a good opportunity at 2-0 down, which Donnarumma did make a great save from. But we have created next to nothing at important moments in this game. The first goal, listen, it's a calamity of errors. Doku absolutely rinses everybody down that right-hand side. Bruno lets Foden run free. Luke Shaw was all over the place. I'm not going to blame Binder. Listen, if he'd saved it, it would have been a magnificent save. But Phil Foden, the local lad, put City 1-0 up. And despite the fact we went 1-0 down against Manchester City last season, this City do look a lot different. That City, of course, was on that terrible run where they lost so many games in a row. Again, I know this has been a very bad start to the season for Man City, but when you look at that team, and especially now with Donnarumma in goal, I really do think they are going to start picking things back up. I thought we were unlucky to be 1-0 down to a certain extent, but with that said, City were creating chances. We had a lot of the ball, and we were doing nothing with it, nothing creative with it. We've said this so many times before, we don't create enough chances. And I'm not really seeing that change an awful lot. Yeah, as I said, we've created some more chances here at 3-0 down. But whatever. It's 3-0. There's a minute left. Where was this for the rest of the game? It's super, super frustrating. The second goal, I've seen some people go in on the goalkeeper. Maybe he could have came out a bit quicker. But again, the defence. What are we doing? What are we doing? Erling Haaland. Listen, if you watch my FC career modes, you'll know how much I hate him in that game. And he's carried that form from the video game over to real life. He could have had 3 or 4 today. He got the second and third goals. He was very unlucky right after the second to not get a third goal at that stage. That absolute calamity there at the back where it hits the post, Yoro clears it, it comes back to a City player. How they didn't put that ball in the back of the net, I'll never know. And then the third goal, Harry Maguire gives up the ball in City's half. Haaland's already behind him. He's still onside because he's in his own half. Runs clean through, puts it in the back of the net. And that was game, set and match. 4 added minutes here. Bloody hell. You could give us another 90 and I don't think we'd do anything. And it's a really deflating day. Really deflating result. I mean, my week is already ruined in the sense that I absolutely love the fan debate on the overlap. But I've always found that Man City fan insufferable. And it's not because he's a City fan. Listen, Garrett's a Liverpool fan. I think he's one of the most intelligent people on that show. And I do actually enjoy listening to his views on the game. But I can only imagine how bad Luke is going to be after this result. I mean, City are in again here. Phil Foden. They whip it across the box. Thankfully, there's nobody there. So yeah, that's something I'm already not looking forward to. I just mentioned Altay Bayindir there. I've obviously been critical of him on this show before. We've just signed a new goalkeeper. Relatively unknown, to be fair. Played for Royal Antwerp. I still don't get why we don't put him in the team straight away. I mean, Onana, we saw what a calamity he was. He's gone off on loan now to Trabzonspor in Turkey. Bayindir, as I've said before, doesn't look confident, doesn't look like a presence, doesn't seem to want to fully back himself. And then we bring in a new keeper and he's on the bench. And I know it's a big game. I know it's a very big game to be making your debut. But Man City have just signed Donnarumma. And he went into this game and he looked absolutely at home. And again, that's Gianluigi Donnarumma, we signed Lamens, right? So I'm not saying they're the same caliber of goalkeeper, but still, what is the point in signing a player like that if you're not going to put him into a game like this? Do I think it makes a huge difference as we get another chance here? Do I think it makes a huge difference? This is the thing. I don't know. I don't know because we haven't seen him. We're playing Chelsea next week. The games don't get much easier. Is Bayender still going to be in goal for that game? And if he is, that is on the manager. We really, really do need to see a change in between the sticks. I'm not saying Lamens is the answer, but we don't know if he is or not. We haven't seen him play yet. I'll admit, I've never seen him play at Royal Antwerp. I don't really know an awful lot about him, but I want to see it with my own eyes. Bayender's had too many chances, to be honest. I said it after the Arsenal game. I would have played Tom Heaton. I would have played Tom Heaton against Fulham. I would have played Tom Heaton against Grimsby. I know it was Onana in that game, but you get the point. Would I have played Tom Heaton in this game? Maybe. Actually, no. Of course I wouldn't have. I would have played Lamens, but you get what I mean. If we didn't have Lamens, I probably would have picked Tom Heaton. And again, I'm not saying Tom Heaton's the answer, but I think he was the safest pair of hands of the three goalkeepers we once had. Bruno Fernandes should not be playing in the midfield. He should not be playing in the midfield. I can't believe this is still a conversation. Had to quickly pause there because there was somebody at the door. My apologies. But Bruno Fernandes should not be playing in the midfield. He does not have the discipline to be a centre midfielder. I mean, Cunha was injured today. I would have just played Bruno at the 10. Maybe start Kobbie Mainoo. Now, one thing I do want to say about Kobbie Mainoo is his body language and his facial expressions said an awful lot when he came off the bench. And don't get me wrong, I get the frustration. He should have been brought on sooner. Maybe he could have even started. But the fact that he looked like that coming on, we've seen this too much with young players. We saw it with Garnacho. We saw how he behaved. I don't want that to happen with Mainoo. I really, really don't. If that's the case, we should have just let him go on loan. But that also comes back to why didn't we sign a bloody midfielder? Why did we not sign a centre midfielder in the summer? It really doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, we did get a keeper, but I thought we got a goalkeeper far too late. And then we end up not signing a centre midfielder, which for me was just as crucial. And I won't lie, I am very, very worried about the season now. I mean, I predicted us to come 5th in my season predictions, and I said at the time that was mainly with my heart, but a little bit with my head. Bloody hell, I must have had a concussion that day, because we would be lucky to come 15th again, with the way things are going. Now, slight improvements. As I said, the Arsenal game, I thought we did play well. Fulham, not as good a performance, but I still saw certain things that I liked. Not even going to talk about Grimsby. Burnley, I do think we deserved that result, despite the fact we made it a bit more difficult for ourselves. But today, it was just men against boys. And as I said, this Man City team aren't even that good. Haven't been that good this season. I think they will kick on now. I do think City will have a go at the title. I don't think they'll win it. I still think Liverpool are going to win it this season, but I do expect City to be competing more than what they did last season. And yeah, it's Chelsea now next week. The games don't get any easier. I mean, losing to Chelsea's bad enough anyway, but the thought of Alejandro Garnacho coming back to Old Trafford, wearing a Chelsea shirt, and then beating us, I can't even fathom it. I can't even fathom it. Hopefully, next Saturday, when I'm on here doing my match reaction, I'll be in much better spirits, but I am very, very worried about this season, lads. I really, really am. But anyways, that will do it for this edition of the Rebel Devil Show. Every bloody one I've done has been us getting a disappointing result. I actually didn't get to do one for the Burnley game because I didn't get a chance to record until we were already preparing for another game. The moment had already passed, so hopefully next week can be the first time. If you do want to watch some of the career mode content on here, the Everton FC26 career mode preview will be coming up this Friday. I'm very, very excited for it, so please do tune in if that's something you will be interested in. If you did enjoy this match reaction, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. We are on the road to 700 subscribers. And I will talk to you all next week, again on the Rebel Devil Show, where hopefully Manchester United will have gotten 3 points against Chelsea. But I'm not holding my breath for it.